Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another middle of the week. How we doing today? I hope you're enjoying April. I hope you didn't get fooled earlier this week, and I hope you had a great Easter. Hope you had a good celebration of the resurrection last weekend. Thinking on those lines, I've been thinking about my favorite verses, and there's one about the resurrection story that just strikes a chord with me, and it's one that kind of gets missed a lot. So I wanted to talk to you about that today. I'm Michael Hatfield, the lead pastor of the Piedmont Park Seventh-day Adventist Church, and I wanted to share with you a verse from the Gospel of Mark. Now, the gospel stories are just all amazing, but it's unique to find out when they're different. There are some times when they're very similar to each other, but there are times, even between the ones that are close, Matthew, Mark, and Luke, that there's a little added in, something different, or something left out. And they did that depending on who they were writing to and when. But in Mark's gospel, and Mark is very closely tied to Peter. Some scholars think that maybe Peter was dictating things to Mark and he was writing things down. But we find this in the resurrection story when the angel is speaking to the women. It says in verse 6, "But he said to them, 'Do not be alarmed. You seek Jesus of Nazareth, who was crucified. He is risen. He is not here.'" I love that phrase. It's so good, but I want to keep going and share with you something else. "See the place where they have laid him. But go, tell his disciples and Peter that he is going before you into Galilee, and there you will see him, as he said to you." This is the only gospel that includes this phrase, "Go and tell his disciples and Peter." And it's just fascinating that it's included here. Why did Mark write this down? Well, it's possible that Peter was dictating things, so he said, hey, include my name in there too. I'm important. But I really doubt Peter was doing this at this time. He'd already experienced the resurrection, and now they're talking about it. But I think the angel said this, and Mark and Peter recorded it, because it's possible that if the women would have come to the disciples and told them about Jesus resurrecting, they might have all been excited, except maybe not Peter. Because Peter had denied Jesus earlier in the week, and maybe Peter would have thought, oh, this amazing news it's for everybody else, but it's not for me. I was supposed to stand with him. I said I would, and I caved on everything, and I didn't. So Peter might have thought, it's not for me, this greatest news ever. So the angel made sure to say, go tell the disciples, and don't forget about Peter. You got to tell Peter too. He needs to hear this. And so I think sometimes in our lives, we may think that the gospel story or Jesus is for others. Maybe not for me because what I've done in my past or what I'm doing currently. Maybe we think that excludes us from the greatest news ever and the greatest story ever. But then we've got this little verse in Mark where Peter, after denying Jesus, is specifically pointed out. I mean, they all ran away. They all blew it there when Jesus needed them most. But specifically, Peter's mentioned, go and make sure to tell Peter. I think that should give all of us encouragement that when we've blown it, when we've run away from Jesus, when we've not stood for him like we should have, that God still says, go and tell him the greatest news ever, and especially this one who thinks that he's gone too far. Let him know that he can't outreach, he can't run away. My arms are long enough, they're big enough to welcome him home. So friends, I hope you have a great rest of your week. I hope you enjoy this month of April. I hope you'll join us this coming Saturday here at Piedmont Park. We have a special service happening where we have one of our schools, College View Academy, is coming here to lead out in the worship, so I know it will be a blessing. And we have Bible study time at 9:30. Our worship time is at 11. You can join us here in person in Lincoln, Nebraska, or you can join us anywhere in the world on YouTube or Facebook. Friends, take care and have a great week. God bless you.